Welcome to Legislative Report. I'm State Representative Mark Mustio of the 44th District in the Pennsylvania House of Representatives. Recently, I hosted my annual Senior Expo. At this special event, dozens of vendors offered information on health care, insurance, nutrition, personal safety, and many other topics. For those of you who were unable to be there, I'd like to present just a portion of the information that was available that day. Please take a moment to learn about some of the services available to seniors in our area.
Today we're doing glucometer readings, glucose, just to see how things are going, help people find out if they're in the range with diabetes, and then we have a lot of information. It's just a quick and easy, simple test. We have you fill out a little information, and then we clean your finger, one little poke, and it takes less than a minute for the results. And that way you can get a good baseline of how things are going with your blood sugar. It really does help them get the baseline, and then it just gives them that little step to seeing if they need to talk to their doctor more or if they're just really good with their diet. We do have a lot of information through our diabetic education, and we do, with Heritage Valley, offer different programs to help with maintenance, pre-diabetic testing, and then we can help you to find good doctors to see where you stand if you do need to have a little help with that. Seniors do need to be a little bit more careful, because if they are diabetic and they're having problems with their feet due to lack of circulation, it's good that we keep up on things to know how our numbers are, how our diet's going, how our feet are, and that way we're not going to get infections, illness. I mean, there's a lot of good things to know about it and what to watch for.
I am representing as a board member of Lifespan, which is a nonprofit organization in Allegheny County. We are Allegheny County providers, and we operate 12 senior centers plus several outreach programs to libraries and so forth. We do case management, and we do home-delivered meals. We also own several housing apartments in Homestead, and we operate those as well. And as a board member, I'm involved very much in trying to get something out in this area of Allegheny County, because we don't have any senior centers in this area, and we need them badly. So that's really my job on the board. And also, I'm a member of the Pennsylvania Council on Aging and Allegheny County's Advisory Council for AAA, or Allegheny County Office on Aging. So I wear a bunch of hats, shall we say, but I enjoy it, I love it. I'm a senior myself, certainly, and I keep admitting I'm not really one of them, but I am. And I think these things are wonderful because they do give a lot of senior programs in the area. A lot of seniors don't seem to get the picture that there is a lot of help, and you do not have to be poor. Everybody thinks if you're going to accept any service, you have to be poor, and that's not true. And the Office on Aging can get you what you need as well as possible and what's available. So we feel that, we need to be advertising, and I say that the state needs to advertise a little more about what we do for aging. We don't just take care of our children, we now try to take care of our elderly, and there's certainly plenty of us in Pennsylvania.
I think this is a great service to the seniors, and particularly Mr. Mustio is very service-oriented, and as a result, I feel comfortable because I know he's a qualified representative here. I think it's a great opportunity for the senior citizen to get together, see what's available, because there's a lot of programs out there, and we've already paid for them, so you want to use them.
We collect medical errors in the state, what are called serious events, things that reach the patient and cause harm. But also we collect near misses, things that for some reason don't reach the patient, but we feel we can learn from, and 96% of what we get are the near misses, and it's mandatory in Pennsylvania for hospitals and ambulatory surgery centers to report them to us. But when we get the data, we put out patient safety advisories for the healthcare facilities so they can learn from those and make process changes so that they can hopefully not make the same error again. But also in the data, we find that if a consumer, a patient, had known more, they might have been able to help prevent the error from happening. So that's why I'm here today, to help seniors and others, family members, learn from events that are happening in the healthcare facilities, and hopefully, if they know more, they can ask the right questions and prevent them from happening again. We don't have a lot of money to help the patient directly. Indirectly we are, because we're putting all of our money into the facilities to help them learn and make changes so that they don't make errors. But we decided to start getting into the Senior Expos because we saw that target audience were the ones most prone to a medical error, because they use the system most often, and they also are the ones that, like you said, they aren't going to ask perhaps a question because the doctor, as they learned, was the one that knew it all. So you don't ask that question. We put out a very good brochure called the Speak Up brochure, which helps them to learn to speak up. When something doesn't seem right, then we're trying to encourage them to participate more and not be afraid to ask those questions. These are all on a range of topics, from why you should get the pneumonia shot or the flu shot, to why in nursing homes it's important to make sure that the residents, if you have someone in a nursing home, make sure they get their teeth cleaned, because from the data we're seeing that ventilator-associated pneumonias can occur more often if the teeth aren't cleaned properly. So it's just little things like that, that because we have such a vast array of data, we're able to learn these little things that most organizations might not see or know because of the data that we collect. A lot of people are, I don't need to know that. They don't want to think about being in the hospital. I do try to encourage them. It's not even just for you. It's for someone you may know if they're in the hospital. So you really want to try. The more information you know, the safer you'll be, and that's pretty much what we try to tell people.
We are formerly the Better Than Ever Independents. We are a theater group. We're based out of Coriopolis. We perform at nursing homes, AARP meetings. We sing, dance, do comedy sketches. So we have a good time, and we're always looking for members. And this is our president, Mr. Bob Bowman. And these are some of our performers. Our oldest member is 95, and our youngest member is about 60 maybe. So we have a wide range of ages and a wide range of ability, too.
Our last group liked us so much, they've invited us back again for the Christmas show.
Cool. Very cool. What kind of events do you do?
We do basically dancing, singing, there's some tap dancing, we tell jokes, we have skits. It's a variety show, and we perform primarily at AARP groups and nursing homes and things of that nature. Yep.
Facilities, that type of thing.
And you find your services are appreciated?
Oh,
Yes.
very much.
Yes, they are appreciated extremely. A lot of the people that we perform for are in stages of not really realizing what's going on, but they still recognize enough that they applaud and smile and laugh, and that makes it all worthwhile. And we certainly enjoy performing for those people.
And do you find music as a medium that you can appreciate in any state?
Oh yes, definitely. All types of music. We do all types of songs. We do some seasonal work, depending on the season of the year that we are performing in. And we have a lot of different stories and jokes. We have a storyteller. So it is definitely a variety show. We're always looking for new members, and they can reach. Since I am the president, I can leave you with my phone number. They can feel free to call me if they have an interest. It's 412-922-7883.
I am a volunteer with the Library for the Blind and Physically Handicapped. We are a free service. We serve all of Pennsylvania, and we mail large print books and books that you can listen to through the mail to the person's home. The books go back and forth through the mail, and it's completely free. They are allowed to have the digital machine, which plays the talking book, and they keep that as long as they want to get the books. It's on lend. And we have the large print books. We have 50,000, and we have over 80,000 of the books that you can listen to. And it's through the National Library Service and the Carnegie Library of Pittsburgh. We serve low vision and anyone who can't hold a book because of arthritis or a stroke, they can get the service also. There is a special application where a doctor or visiting nurse, activities director can sign off that there is a visual problem, and a doctor can sign that there is a physical problem. And other than that, that's all we require on our registration, and then they're in the system. And we have book selectors who speak to our customers daily. They talk about what books they like, what kind of books they would like to have. If someone recommends a book, they can order that. And they never get a recording unless, of course, it's after hours, but through the day, they always get a person.
We offer training and employment services for people 55 and older who reside in Allegheny County and or unemployed and below 125% of the federal poverty guidelines. We place people in community service assignments in nonprofit organizations and require them to seek employment in either nonprofit or profit organizations. We're always busy, regardless of the state of the economy. Most of the positions people are looking for are, tend to be the entry-level type positions, security guards and receptionists and clerks and that type of thing. So, even with a down economy, we tend to be busy.
But these are paid positions, but with
well, they're subsidized by the by Title V of the Older Americans Act, the Senior Community Service Employment Program. So they do receive a subsidy. They do receive wages, but they're required to look for unsubsidized employment, either with the agency they're assigned to or any other organization that can hire them. They can call 412-350-7119. We also we can be accessed on the Allegheny County website. The Allegheny County, I'm not sure exactly what the website address is, but by telephone 412-350-7119. There are opportunities out there. Like I said, even in a down economy, many employers do look for seniors because they are reliable, dependent, mature, and tend to, miss less work than a younger person would sometimes. So I would say, don't give up. I know it's a tough road to hoe, but don't give up. There are employers who do want the more mature worker.
We offer many book clubs that seniors, specifically designed for seniors, especially the PALS Book Club, which is sponsored by ACLA, the Allegheny County Library Association, and Highmark. So we also offer a Sunday afternoon book club, which is an intergenerational book club. So it's kind of a chance to make connections with some of the teens in the area, and that's senior-oriented as well. We offer a Wise Walk program, which is again a Highmark and ACLA program, so that seniors can learn some healthy living techniques and get together and take a walk once a week. People have stopped by, they've asked about the library, they've seen what we have to offer, they've taken newsletters, so hopefully we'll see some new faces in the library. I think libraries are very important to everyone, especially seniors in the community, because we're becoming more of a community center than anything else. We offer a lot of programming, we offer a lot of materials that they want, and we're able to put them in touch with a lot of people who can help them in other areas of their life.
We have services for everyone, including seniors. Just stuff that they already know, but it's kind of like a reminder. It's a soft reminder on just the rules of the road and just how to protect themselves and to be safe. So that's the information that we provide. I'm a community outreach officer, so any information I can give someone to help them not be a victim of a crime or to reduce their chances of being involved in a crash on our highways is the type of information I would be giving out.
Do you get a lot of questions about seniors and driving?
Not really. A lot of the questions they have are about driving as it relates to their grandkids. So I like to have that information here for them. A lot of them will take a driver's manual to give to their grandkids who are learning to drive, and also grandparents who have children who are in car seats. So they're not used to putting them in, so I provide them with that type of information too. But most of the questions they have are regarding younger drivers and how they can get information to educate them.
Now, what kind of information are you providing to seniors to avoid becoming victims of crime?
We just have different handouts, brochures on how to be safe. Also, we have other brochures that we get from other agencies that just kind of, like I said, just soft reminders. You know, anyone can be a victim of alcoholism. So as it relates to seniors, we have specific information about that. Like I said, we have a lot of information regarding highway safety, how to share the road with big trucks. It's really hard to explain. There's not like separate laws for separate genders or age groups. Most of our seniors know how the roads work and know the rules of the road. It's usually the younger people that they're getting information for. I had a gentleman here earlier wanted to get information on tailgating, and I assumed it was for a teenage child. I said, well, how old is your child? He said, 40. And I said, well, sir, at 40, it's probably best for him just to get a ticket for doing something illegal. That might be a way to kind of smack him in the face to do the right thing. I don't know at 40 if he's really going to listen to you right now. He said, but he just doesn't know how to drive. So, you know, I know that our seniors here are good drivers. Just from the stories that I've been hearing from them, they're obeying the speed limit, they're wearing their seatbelts, but they realize there are other drivers out there, a lot of young drivers who aren't doing that. So they're looking for information that they can pass on to educate those younger drivers.
We have our consumer protection booklet, which helps educate consumers on how to avoid consumer scams that are out there, and or what they could do if they became a victim of a consumer fraud, or need to file a consumer complaint with our office. We offer mediation services for consumers if they have a complaint between them and a business for a purchase of a good or a service. So they can file a complaint with us, and we would try to informally mediate that consumer complaint. Senior citizens are targeted because they just say, you know, yes, I'll be more than happy to donate money to you, or yes, I'll give you the money. Yes, I'm the winner of the $1 million lottery, even though they're not, and they believe that they have to pay the Canadian taxes in order to get their money, so they will pay the money, and they are targeted because they do believe them and they are very trustworthy. So yes, I do believe that they are targeted.
Now, is most consumer fraud related or telephone-based or door-to-door, or how does that work?
Most of them are telephone-based or through the mail. You would be surprised how much mail gets sent to the consumers' addresses, and a lot of them are telephone. Yes, they are. A lot of them are the foreign lotteries. There's the one where people are calling up saying that they're the grandchild and they've been arrested in a foreign country and they need money to get out of jail, or their car broke down, or they were in an accident and they need money to get it fixed in order to get out of Canada or Mexico. That's a big one. There's just so many that come across my desk, you'd be surprised. There's the living trust scam, where it's not really a scam, where people go door to door. The one that is door to door is people are representing themselves as attorneys, basically, and they're not attorneys, and they're trying to get their money transferred over into annuities and getting them to sign a living trust when they're really not. It's not really the best thing for them. Sometimes living trusts are good for some people, but not all people, and they actually convince the elderly to put their money into a living trust when they might really need that money to go into a nursing home, and the money's already tied up, and they're going to lose money if they take it out, you know, as an early termination fee. So, I mean, there's so many different things that, you know, the elderly are targeted, which is it's just not good for them. And these people are giving them legal advice, and they're not even attorneys. And so we do go after them very aggressively.
Well, right now we have the Senior Citizens Property Tax Relief Program, which entitles all seniors 60 years of age or older to 30% reduction in their Allegheny County property tax. And we have the Homestead Act, we have the dog licensing, et cetera, et cetera. Any way we can help seniors cut down their tax bills.
What is involved with these tax? How does that work?
Okay, we have applications here, and the senior must be, as I said, 60 years of age or older, or a widower 50 years of age or older, or fully handicapped 18 years of age or older. Those are three. And then you must be a resident of Allegheny County for at least 10 years. And your income must be $30,000 or less, using only 50% of Social Security. And if you meet those three qualifications, you're entitled to that 30% off your Allegheny County property tax.
And how would people access your services?
We have them at the shows, or they can call us at our office. We will mail them out. Most of the people, it goes out with their tax bill, informing them that this is available for them. Most of them call in we ship them out the application. But we do a lot at these events. People grab their applications, and they have to be in by July 30th of the following year, like 2013. 2012 is closed off right now, so we're working on 13 right now.
And this is different than the property tax rebate program provided by the state.
That's right. They have one, the city has one, we have one, and it's added to the Homestead Act, which we also have. 350-3561. Yeah.
Anybody can call that number for help?
Yes, call that number. We're available. We don't have an answering machine. There's a live voice on the other end. So everybody's, as they call in, it goes out that day. If they have a problem, call us. You know, if they have a problem filling out the form, call us. And we'll help them. We'll walk through it with them. We'll help them fill out that form. You know, the state, the minimum amount of money is $35,000. The city and the county is $30,000. The county, you only have to apply once and you're in. The city, you have to file every year. Okay, as well as the state. But the county, you file once, you're in. You don't have to file again. But the city and the state, you have to file on a yearly basis.
At our table here, we have sort of two focuses. So one is providing food assistance for seniors who are in need of food. So as we all know, many seniors are on fixed incomes, and a lot of them are under the poverty level or pretty close to it. So a lot of the people who do use our food assistance programs are senior citizens. So we actually have 4 different programs that they could be eligible for. One is the Commodity Supplemental Food Program, which is a federally funded program that provides a monthly box of commodities to senior citizens every month. So that could be anything from peanut butter, tuna, juices, pasta, and that varies each month. We also have information about SNAP, which was formerly called food stamps. So a lot of senior citizens are eligible to receive benefits through that program as well. We have a list of food pantries in Representative Mustio's district here as well. And lastly, our Produce to People program, which is a direct distribution each month of fresh fruits and vegetables, a lot of it gleaned from local farms in southwestern Pennsylvania. So we provide that local food to people in need once a month. And most of our seniors who would be coming here today would already qualify for that through receiving Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, things of that nature. So aside from food assistance, we also have information about volunteering, because a large number of our volunteer base are senior citizens looking for something meaningful to do after retirement. So we have that option as well. The first program I talked about, the Commodity Supplemental Food Program, we actually have a waiting list for that program right now. It's a really fantastic program, and a lot of people qualify for it. Unfortunately, too many qualify for how much assistance we can actually provide. So we really do have a large number of senior citizens in Allegheny County that are benefiting from these programs. I would say probably about a year or so after the recession started is when we really started to see the effects and a big increase in need. And that's because a lot of people who had never received food assistance before were starting to spend down their savings to try to not have to go to other programs for help, kind of use what they had saved up beforehand to make ends meet. And then when they still were unemployed or now on a fixed income and had spent down those savings is when we started to see a big increase in need of people who were coming for food assistance for the first time. So we have a really large number of those individuals, unfortunately, that are still coming for the first time for food assistance. The best way is to call 412-460-FOOD, which is 3663. And if you just talk to our receptionist there, she'll hook you up with somebody who can help provide you with someone to talk to about the different programs depending on what your needs are. You can also visit our website at www.pittsburghfoodbank.org.
This is a mobile vet center. This program was contemplated in 2004 to create vehicles for rural veteran outreach, and while they were creating the vehicles in 2005, Hurricane Katrina struck. So we use them for rural veteran outreach, but they also can be a FEMA pull unit used in disaster zones. Fully convertible. And we have a satellite. When the satellite's deployed, we can do anything from this vehicle that we can do from our home office. We provide outreach, but we're based at vet centers, and at vet centers we provide counseling to combat vets, bereavement cases, and military sexual trauma cases. We're war zone specific and dedicated. Our programs were created in 1979 when Vietnam era vets were struggling and weren't comfortable going to government campuses. They opened what they call storefront counseling. And we have a staff of social workers. The vehicle always has a social worker available. Our staff, we're based in Erie, Pennsylvania, has 5 social workers, a driver for this mobile unit, and an office manager.
Do you find that your services are more in demand than they were, say, 10, 20 years ago?
Certainly, we have newer, younger vets coming home, returning from war zones right now, but some of our Vietnam vets or Korean vets are approaching retirement age and are realizing that there are services that they can still benefit from, and they have a little bit more time to use those services as well. We provide information about the services that we offer, but also the services that the local VA medical centers offices are able to provide. Some services we don't provide, medical care or psychiatric care, so we team with those organizations. We also provide basic benefit information.
I'm a mobile vet center driver, so I maintain the vehicle, keep it rolling all the time. We do standard oil changes, different things like that, services we keep up on. The vehicle itself has a dual purpose. The first purpose is outreach like this, get out and talk to as many combat vets as we possibly can. And we explain to our combat vets from World War II to today's veterans that what vet centers are, that they are centers that they can come in and simply sit down and talk about their experiences. And that leads into one-on-one or group counseling. And then it's up to our veterans. They decide if they want to use our services or not. But we want to make sure that every combat vet knows that the vet centers exist. With the vehicle, it becomes a national FEMA asset. So we have many special instruments or different things to use in times of natural disaster. Can I show you some of those?
Sure, absolutely.
We have sat phones. They work with the satellite and not mobile or landline, because we know that when natural disasters occur, that our communication piece sometimes gets knocked out, and that's bad for our communities. So our sat phones allow us the best chance at communication. Kelly mentioned about our satellite receiver that we have. We also will have 3 laptops aboard, and that will allow us to communicate with local VA medical centers through their secure link. So that keeps all of our veterans' information secure. Our power generation system that we're using today is a diesel generator. We can also be running off of a battery backup, and that allows us to be using the facilities back here. Say we were in a hurricane and we needed to be moving out of the area, but we had a doc or a nurse working with a patient in the back. We could keep the battery backup going and we could be moving out of the area.
In the back, it can be fully converted as well. Stretchers or litters can be input on the hook system, and with the VTEL or Timbre unit, we're fully functional as far as communication capabilities, VTEL, video telecommunicating, Skype, FaceTime, whatever people are familiar with. Fully wheelchair accessible. The couch converts to a bed. These small units have a restroom, a refrigerator, a freezer, a microwave, so if they were staged in a disaster zone, someone could stay on them for a period of time, and the large units also have showers available.
We just want to reach out to as many combat vets as we possibly can, let them know that vet centers exist and that they can come in and simply sit down and talk to one of our counselors. And the types of counseling we do are one-on-one or group counseling.
That's all the time we have for today's program. I'm State Representative Mark Mustio. If you have questions about anything you've just seen, please contact my local office or visit my website. We'll have the information on your screen in a moment. Thanks for watching, and please join me next time for another edition of Legislative Report.